more news. The Anthony Garcia murder trial is set to begin Monday. Now a new and critical issue.
Remember, Garcia is accused of killing 4 people, Thomas Hunter and Shirley Sherman, in 2008. Then Dr. Roger Brumbach and his wife Mary 5 years later. Today, a motion was filed asking that Garcia's defense attorneys be removed from the case because of something one of those attorneys said.
And Jessica Gale spoke to Douglas County Attorney Don Kleine to find out why. Jessica, what have you learned?
Well, probably more than I should have, John. That's according to Don Kleine, and that's really the issue at hand here. We're live outside the courthouse where earlier today, Kleine really didn't say very much at all, stating that too much has already been said.
In legal speak, it's called pro hac vice, or the right to practice law in a different state. And the defense attorneys in the murder trial for Dr. Anthony Garcia are from Illinois. County Attorney Don Kleine is asking the judge overseeing the case to take these rights away from Allison Mata, Robert Mata Jr., and Robert Mata Sr., essentially removing them from the trial altogether. Now, as far as elaborating more on why he wants these rights taken away, here's what Kleine had to say.
Well, I think it's important that we let this matter be taken up in the courtroom as it's supposed to be. And there's been enough stuff said outside the courtroom, and that's part of the issue here.
According to the motion filed Wednesday, some of the stuff Kleine is referring to are things said by Allison Mata to WOWT6 News. Things regarding the state's DNA evidence.
That it exonerates Anthony Garcia.
And things regarding a man charged in the 2007 stabbing death of Joy Blanchard, which happened just a few months prior to the first 2 murders Garcia is accused of.
Their physical evidence and their DNA evidence establishes undeniably, unmistakably, and without doubt, those murders were committed by 2 people, and that was Charlie Simmer and his accomplice, and not Anthony Garcia.
Kleine claims these statements are not factual and that Mata violated the state's rules of professional conduct.
Here's a copy of the motion that was filed. Page 4 actually talks about the Nebraska rules of professional conduct, saying they prohibit statements made outside a courtroom that a lawyer, quote, knows or reasonably should know will be disseminated by means of public communication. In other words, you're not allowed to make comments outside of a courtroom that you assume might be reported to the public, especially when those statements might taint a jury. John and Mallory?
So, Jessica, you have a copy of the motion that was filed today. What happens now?
Well, a hearing is actually scheduled for tomorrow at 1:30 where the judge will consider this motion. But keep in mind, guys, that Garcia's trial is finally slated to begin on Monday. But if the judge orders in favor of the state, well, that could delay things a lot longer.
All right, thank you. That's Jessica Gill reporting live tonight.